right, hello. Today is Saturday, and I have had a fantastic week. I mean, every day this week has been fantastic. So this morning, as I got up, I was just thinking about delays, right? In favor. So when you think about a delay, my husband and I, we went to Jamaica, and as soon as we got to the airport, we were informed that our flight had been not just delayed, but it was canceled, right? Which means we had to make other arrangements. It was no in an hour or so. It was like, first delayed and then canceled. And then I just think about favor. Our first flight we were gonna be sitting at the airport for about 4 or 5 hours before we were able to leave. We were gonna get home like super, super late, but because our flight was what we thought was delayed and then canceled, we had to make other arrangements. So we had to book a flight home through a different airline. And through this airline, as we were booking the flight, they were already preparing us to board. So they was like, you're booked, come on to the front of the line. We got to the front of the line where people was waiting, but we were able to just go around. They checked our bags. We were able to go to the airport. And the flight that was first delayed and then turned around to be canceled was replaced with one that there was no wait. It was like we weren't finna sit for hours and wait and talk about different things, what we're gonna do when we get back home. It was like we're getting on this plane and we were moving forward to our destination. Now this destination actually had a different stop than our previous location, which we were gonna have to lay over in Atlanta, but this time we were laid over in New York, a place that I had never been. Yet, even though it was just a layover, my feet had touched grounds in New York, which, like I said again, I had never been. And Michelle, I'm still waiting because you promised me that you're taking me. All right, so we landed there, and then I started just thinking about favor, right? So sometimes, even when things are delayed or even canceled, and even though we're not in the place where it may be taking place right then, our name is still in the room, right? So this happened to me quite a few times this year, where maybe there was plans for me to go be on a WebEx or to make it to a meeting or an event, and I was unable to attend because something was delayed and canceled, and then I had to change my priorities. I had to rearrange my calendar or my schedule. But I am so grateful that even when things have been delayed or even canceled for me, my name never left the room, right? Some things happen in our life just like what happened to me. I was first told it was delayed, which means it was going to be just a little bit longer, right? A little bit longer. We were already expecting 3 hours, and they told us to be delayed 4 to 5 hours, and then it was canceled. But then when it was replaced, it was an immediate change for us, right? It was like front of the line, no way to hand me over your bags. I got it from here. We were able to release the stress, release that extra weight we were taking. We were all trying to figure out what we're going to do with the kids, what we're going to do with work. But it happened to our favor, right? And so just thinking about on yesterday I had 2 events. And this is going to be going a little bit off of where I was originally talking about. But yesterday I had 2 events to attend. One was I was invited to a friend's niece prom send-off, and the other one was a 50th birthday party. And so when I was thinking about when I was getting off work, I had some other things to do, and I was like, man, Tawana, you've overbooked, right? But then I started thinking, well, you know what? I'm just gonna, maybe send a cash app, or, send a thing, let them know I wasn't able to make it. I had overbooked, right? And then I started thinking about what happened on last Sunday, where I had an assignment to do. And even though things were telling me don't do this or don't do that, I was like, nope, I'm gonna go ahead and do it, right? I had the time. My family was already doing things. Everybody had plans. So I had the time to do it. And when you start to think about an invite, and I'm talking, like I said, I know I'm going all over the place, but I'm getting somewhere with this. So sometimes, like I said, even when you're not in the room with that person, the prom send-off was the niece of a young lady who I call a dear friend now. I met her at work probably about in 2017, 2018, around that time. Our friendship led to be take-home friends, right? Take-home co-workers, or however you want to call it. But because of the relationship that we built, the telling each other thank you, or smiling, or being grateful, I had an invite to something that, when I got there, she wasn't even at home, and her cousin came out and greeted me. Kids were there, they came out and greeted me. I felt so welcome. And the wonderful part about this is they didn't know who I was, right? They knew that I knew Tracy. But you're Tracy's friend. Oh, I saw you on a picture. Oh, I saw you. Or Tracy talks about you. So what I'm saying is, sometimes even when we're not in the room, when you walk in, your name is already known. Your face is already known. People have heard good things about you, right? So on this Saturday, I don't want to forget about the birthday party. So I was invited to a 50th birthday party for Tasha. Happy birthday, Tasha. I mean, this lady was decked out, y'all. She was so amazing. She was just beautiful, and everything was beautiful. And like I said, when I was leaving Tracy's, I was like, well, I left Tracy until I had another engagement. I'm like, so Tawana, you know what? You've got the time. You've been personally invited to go. And like I said, this is not somebody who I'm in a room with day in and day out. I met her through church, talking about her son. She has an amazing son doing some different things. And just to have that invite, right, to say that even though you're not in a room with a person every day, they think enough of you to invite you to something. And sometimes I think we take things like that for granted. We like, well, I got the invite, but maybe I will go, maybe I won't go, or who's going to be there. You got the invite, right? So what I'm telling you is, all these baby steps we are taking, and what I feel has landed me where I am, is my personal branding. It's me being thankful, being kind to people, showing up when I give my yes, when you accepting something, being there, or my follow-up, right? Sometimes things comes like you're going to be delayed, something's going to be canceled, but still follow up. Sometimes we don't show up and we don't even follow up. But what is that doing for your personal branding? What is that saying about you the next time they need you? That you're not they can't count on you. You may or may not show up. So on this Saturday, I'm gonna come back to y'all today because I got something amazing going on this evening, thanks to the great company I work for. But I just wanted to come on here this morning and just talk about that favor and personal branding and networking, and what leads when we take these baby steps of just activating our smile, right? Sharing our smile. People think it's something hard to do, like, I got to do all of this just to fit in. Be yourself. Because what happens is, sometimes when you're trying to fit in and you're trying to be like everybody else in the room, guess what? There's not space for you, because guess what? There's already somebody here that does that. You are unique. You are yourself. I am Tawana. I can't be anyone else. I don't want to be anyone else, right? I'm so excited. I don't know if you can tell. So I'm talking, I'm rambling, but I'm hoping that you're grasping what I'm explaining to you, what I'm sharing with you, what I'm witnessing, because as I post, as I grow. I mean, look at this accomplishment. Today is the 29th. There's one more day in April. I made a commitment. I made a promise to myself that every day this month I will come on and do a video, and I will post it. Whether, I stumbled on words, or whether I said the wrong thing. It wasn't no going back to a race and starting over. I said, Tawana, when you do it, give your all. And I did just that, right? So on this amazing Saturday, it's raining here, but man, I just feel the sunshine. I feel the glow. I am so excited. So continue to take the baby steps, because I guarantee you they're going to lead to something big and something positive if you do your part. Okay? Thank you and have a great day.